Here's a groovy chick. Let's ask her.
Is this where Motor Booty's playing?
Oh no, it's at the bandstand and you've got the wrong night.
Well,
It's not until July 22nd.
oh, we still got a little time.
We have to wait around.
Could we
Sorry,
run all
guys.
right?
It's a little bit of a long wait. Well, I tell you though, if you want to learn more about it, there's a lot going on. Why don't you come with me? We're just getting ready to have a meeting.
All right.
Come on in.
Groovy. Hey, groovy chick.
What's the buzz? Give us a lowdown on this Motor Booty.
Well, I'm glad that you came in to join us because we are going to make all the plans for a wonderful weekend on July 21st and 22nd. And we have with us tonight Doug Ulwick, who's the head of our Abington Celebrates Committee. And he's going to fill you in on what Abington Celebrates does. And then we'll tell you more about our joint venture between Abington Celebrates and Abington Summer Concerts.
Far out.
Oh, groovy.
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 Hello, everyone out in cable land, you groovy chicks and groovy guys. My name is Doug Ulwick. I am the event coordinator for Abington Celebrates. We're all kind of excited. We're just coming off of a big high in that we just had a very successful Flag Day, Founders Day weekend. And some of the events were events we've done in the past, and this year they were bigger than and better than ever, better attended, better participation, bigger. But of course, the highlight of all of it is we said we were going to do it, and we did it. We brought back fireworks to the town of Abington. And it wasn't just us. We had a group of sponsors behind us, and we had a lot of participation from all the town groups, the fire department, the highway department, the police department. All the town management got behind us to get that done, and all of our corporate sponsors and organizational sponsors and charitable sponsors got behind us to help raise the money in a very short time, frankly, to get it done as well. And t-shirt sales and everything came together to make it happen. It was an amazing night for the fireworks. It was an amazing late afternoon, early evening leading up to it with the events at Memorial Field. A really family day, and it had that feel to it the entire evening. It was Abington people coming together to celebrate Abington's heritage and enjoyed the fireworks. The fireworks were a 20-minute display, and the last 2 minutes were a grand finale put on by Atlas Pyrotechnics of New Hampshire. They did a phenomenal job, and we're very grateful to them for their effort too. So, already we're planning next year's, and we already have the date picked out for it. It is, I believe, June 8th of next year. And I'm asking everyone, yes, it is, Saturday, June 8th. Shh. Yeah, shh. Don't tell anyone. It's an Abington event for Abington people. We know more people are going to find out about it. But we don't want to get destroyed by our own success. We want to keep it a hometown event. So, shh, don't tell anyone. Keep it under your hats. Anyway, but we're looking forward to something new that we've never done before, and it's a collaboration between Abington Celebrates and the Abington Summer Concerts. And what's happening is we are bringing, well, first of all, we're doing a fundraiser at Timber Lanes that will benefit Abington Celebrates. Again, the notion is we need to keep raising money to keep doing fireworks and keep doing our programs. And I think this groovy chick right here probably knows more about this particular event than anyone else. So can you tell us?
Our Abington Celebrates Disco fundraiser is going to be Saturday night, July 21st at 7 o'clock at Timber Lanes. And Phil Hamrick of Timber Lanes, he actually came up with this idea. We were talking with him. He's been a big supporter of Abington Celebrates all along, huge. And we were talking about the summer concerts and how Motor Booty is coming. And he said, well, why don't you guys I could have you guys come in and do a disco fundraiser. A bowling disco fundraiser, and we just kind of went from there. It's taken a life of its own, and we're going to have a really good time. It's Saturday, July 21st, 7 to 11 p.m. at Timber Lanes. You can get tickets. You can order them online at candlepin.com. Tickets are $10 each, or you can make a team for $60. And we want everyone to come out in costume. We're going to have contests. You know, everyone, let's just take a trip back in time and have a dynamite evening. We're going to do costumes.
Dynamite.
Prizes
Dynamite.
for Rubia's costume. Best 70s hair. I mean, come on.
There you go.
Widest pant bottoms.
Do we have to get dressed up for that, you think?
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
okay.
Yeah, and I mean, if that's how you normally dress, that's okay too. Yeah, we're going to do raffles, bowling, there's going to be refreshments, and it's going to be a great time. So pull out the afros, leisure suits, bell bottoms, and
Oh,
just
yes.
join in the fun.
Platform shoes.
Platform shoes.
Don't
Well, I
fall
don't
off
know if you
of
want to bowl in
them.
those, but you know, it's up to you. It's totally up to you. So it'll be a great time. So Abington Celebrates has Disco Fever now.
Okay.
So we're really looking forward to it. And we really thank Phil Hamrick and Timberlanes for their support.
Absolutely. That's fantastic, and it should be a fun evening. Now,
Funktastic.
all of Funktastic, better still. But this is inspired by and leading up to the concert, which is the next day, right?
Yes.
And that will be at the Nisby Bandstand. Now, I understand this groovy chick and this groovy guy know all about the musical entertainment for that night, and might even be getting an advance performance out of them over 4th of July. So can you tell us about the Motor Booty Affair? Is that right?
I will do my best.
From what planet?
The Planet Funkta.
There you go. Okay.
And before we let our summer concerts people talk about the concerts, this concert, you got to mark it on your calendar because they're coming all the way from Maine. They're the most expensive band that Summer Concerts has ever had, and they have quite a following. We're going up to Maine on 4th of July to see them again. I've seen them several times. They're comprised of Superfly, Cyclone Link Skywalker Jr., Spanish Fly, and Vinny Boom Boom Funkotonio. And they are the Motor Booty Affair, okay? And they hail from the planet Funktar. They've been sent down here on a mission, and their mission is to funkitize all the unfunky Earth peoples.
That sounds like a mission from God.
Well, it was. And their original mission was only to be a few years, but there's a lot of unfunkiness in the world, and they've been around for 20-some-odd years. So
They're getting pretty funky
I can
themselves.
go on and on, but if you like disco, or actually if you hated disco like I did back in '78 when I was in school, I like it now. Earth, Wind and Fire, Bee Gees, Casey and the Sunshine Band. The dance floor will be packed. The dance lawn, I should say, will be packed.
The dance lawn.
The dance lawn. So let's get funky, disco sound, disco lights. They have the whole show. You think I look great tonight, and Michelle looks great, I will tell you. Nothing compared to these guys. So
They bring a lot of energy.
Oh, a lot of energy.
And yeah, if you're sitting, you won't be sitting by the end
Well,
of the night.
it's
You won't
disco.
be.
There's
Yeah.
the energy is implied. That's exciting. Well, cool. So
bring your boogie shoes.
I have them safely packed away. Yes, by all means. Okay, and I want to briefly talk about summer concerts in general. The first one has started already. Unfortunately, the weather moved it indoors to the senior center, but it sounded like a good time was had by all.
It was a phenomenal concert. I just wish that they could have been outside so more people would have attended, but it was a full house at the
Well,
senior
it
center.
was brass, so
Oh, it was awesome.
it was loud.
Awesome. I will say, for the Motor Booty Affair concert, if it happens to rain again on Sunday, we will be moving into the auditorium at the high school.
Wow, big venue.
It's a wonderful venue, but you do have to pay a technician and you do have to pay the custodian, although we get the use of the building for free. So please pray for a wonderful weather day. But I was the person on our committee of the summer concerts that was kind of against having Motor Booty because I'm the oldest one.
Even
too.
with that hair?
I'm hiding up all the gray. But I'm really getting into it now, and I think it's
We
going
can
to
tell.
be wonderful. You know, if you can't beat them, you join them, you know?
That's right.
So, but we do have a wonderful lineup for the whole summer, actually. I just wanted to talk that we're very pleased to be able to join with Abington Celebrates. And some of us are on both committees anyway, so it made it easier. But
Coordination wasn't tough.
we just got another supply of the fireworks shirts. And for every donation of $20 or more, you get a free T-shirt. And we will have the T-shirts at the bowling alley, and we'll be also selling them that night, and at the Abington night on July 15th, because it's all Abington. And this way, the money we raise from the donations for the T-shirts will help us start funding for the fireworks for next year. So everything overlaps, but it's good to have a good partnership, and I think it will work out well. And so you probably don't know too much about the concerts if you haven't gotten one of these. So Jan, another member of the concert committee and Abington Celebrates, can maybe explain what is coming up for the concerts.
Can you give us some highlights, Jan? I know you guys always have a very full program for the whole summer.
Lots of highlights, you know.
There you go.
And of course, Motor Booty, when we did our wrap-up
Oh, sorry.
last year in the fall, Kenny and Michelle had brought to us the fact that they had seen Motor Booty Affair, and Peter McDonald is on the committee with us too, and we talked about it. We said, you know, hey, let's do something really funktastic and far out and all that kind of stuff, and bring it to Abington. So we really, peace out.
Right.
We decided to do that. So, you know, our lineup this year, we work very hard all year long, and we've had to start booking even earlier because a lot of the bands that we want are, they really get booked
Early.
far in advance, some as many as a year in advance. So we do hold them in place and pray that all the funding comes in that we do every year. But we just had overdrive. Unfortunately, like we said, we went into the senior center because the threat of storms was bad. But if you didn't see them, you missed a great show. This Sunday coming up is Gina Mark. They're back for their third year. The first year they had to go indoors because of weather. And they are phenomenal. Gina herself can sing anything from Celine Dion to Whitney Houston, and her signature song is Janis Joplin's Me and Bobby McGee. How she can do that range, I don't know, but she's amazing. July 8th is the Roy Scott Big Band, kind of a comes to everybody and just kind of appeals to all the different kinds of music out there. July 15th, once again, we always have Abington Night at the Bandstand to feature our own Abington Community Band. In 2005, when the Nisbee Bandstand was built, one of the things was to have a place for the band to perform because they were performing on the lawn of the old high school and really didn't have a formal bandstand to hold at close to 60 members at the time.
Yep.
So 6 years ago, Doug actually formed an Abington Town Choir for Abington's 300th, so we've now joined them. And in town here, we also have a group called the Island Grove Chorus, which is a division of the Sweet Adelines. And they have been joining us now for the past several years. So all three groups will be performing. Like they said, we'll have Abington memorabilia there that night, including the fireworks shirts. You know, again, a $20 donation, you get these great Founders Day fireworks shirts that help support the fireworks for next year and other programs that Abington Celebrates does throughout the year. July 22nd, you know, we can't speak enough about it. We're starting off on Saturday the 21st with Abington Celebrates fundraiser, again, for the programs that we do, and moving right into Motor Booty Affair on the 22nd. And again, as Nancy mentioned, if for some reason, and rain is a four-letter word, we're not going to use it, we will be at the auditorium at the high school that night if for some reason the weather doesn't cooperate. July 29th, for the 5th year, we are bringing back Studio 2. They are a Beatles tribute band. When we researched this many years ago, we found these guys. They come from the Maine-New Hampshire border. They'd never been on the South Shore. We brought them here, and now they play everywhere. They're one of the best Beatles bands anywhere. And if you haven't seen them before, come out and see Studio 2. When we move into August, we've had every year now for about, I think this is our 7th year, maybe 8th year. We have a kids' night at the bandstand. It's a family-friendly night, not just for kids. The music is great. This year we have Wayne Potosh and the Music Fun Band. We also want to thank sponsors Christy Coombs from the Coombs Foundation for bringing out Joe's Crazy Critters. We also have Health Express on Route 18 and the Abington Children's Dentistry and Orthodontics up on 123 to help sponsor balloon creations by Jellybean the Clown and face painting by South Shore Pottery Barn. And we also want to thank the Wampatuck Lodge that comes out every year. They supply the kids with free cotton candy and popcorn that night. So it's a fun night to come out, all geared to the kids, any age. It's geared to adults, families. It brings in a great crowd. So we need that one to be outdoors too.
And the Anderson Foundation
Yes.
for years has sponsored whatever music we have. So
Yeah,
we're very
they've been-
grateful to them.
You know, outside of all the sponsors that we do have, they do sponsor the music for Kids Night every year.
Yep.
We also have on August 12th, for the first time performing at the bandstand, we've had a lot of requests for a couple of years now. Divas with the Twist will be here. So if you haven't seen them before, we do know they play over at the Company Theater and play at other venues. They have not played here before, so that's the first year for them here. So that's August 12th. Divas with a Twist is a powerful group of 5 ladies that can sing anything from the Who's Tommy to just about any type of song you want, single voices and 5 powerful voices. So they'll be here that night. August 19th is also new. It's a group called Soul City. They've got another one with a lot of horn section, and they really pick up the Motown era and a lot of the songs. We haven't brought that here before, so they will be doing that. And of course, the fan favorite of all is our end of summer concert, which is sponsored by the Friends of the Abington Seniors. And again, it is our local favorite, Dale and the Duds. So we have just a fabulous, summer lineup. And we also want to thank specifically the Abington Lions Club, who is there faithfully volunteering every Sunday, cooking up hamburgers and hot dogs. They have drinks and snacks at the snack shack there, and Wayne Smith is behind that grill all night long, so there is food available here for purchase if you want it. You're welcome to bring your own. We also have the traveling ice cream cart from Cream, which is right down on Route 18, and Craig will hand scoop your cups of ice cream, and usually brings about 6 or 8 flavors every Sunday, so we do have ice cream too. It's a great family event. Any one of them, it doesn't matter, what type of music you like. Come out and introduce the kids, introduce other family members to every type of, music you can imagine.
Especially disco.
Especially disco, yes.
Absolutely.
We are on Sunday
Disco
evenings
rules.
at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. are all the concerts, doesn't matter. If it rains, the only one that will be indoors at the auditorium at the high school will be Motor Booty. Any of the other concerts, if we have to go indoors, which we hope we didn't go at all last year, will be at the Senior Center at 441 Summer Street. But other than that, we have a great lineup, and the one thing we do have to mention is please leave your dogs at home. The town bylaw does not permit dogs up at the Millennium Memorial Complex, which houses the NISBE bandstand and also the Riley track and field area. So we ask you to please leave them, and it is school property and no smoking is allowed. So it's a great family venue. Come on down. We have our second concert this Sunday night at 6 p.m. with Gina Mark.
Excellent. Now, one thing I want to bring up, because it's different from last year. Last year you had huge parking problems because the school was under construction.
Thank you.
This year the school's done, and my understanding is instead of coming in the way we normally do for schools, are you bringing people up to the circle and entering the parking? Did I understand that? Or
They can come up to the Exceder where the flagpole is and just come into the parking lot here. It's
So you'll
not
have
like
the-
there's a lot of traffic.
So the do not enter signs will be covered or
They're
something?
they're either going to be covered or somebody will be pointing the
Okay.
way to at least let people know, especially from out of town, because really the only way in and out of here is around the entire school
Right.
into the parking lot. But, the old driveway, which is not for driving up to the bandstand anymore, we don't allow cars up there anymore except the volunteers working and the band members. There you can foot walk from all the parking
Mhm.
areas here from the front of the high school on over. There are ones in the fields that aren't open out there, and still all the parking up at the town hall and the library. Everything's available. We have right now 18 handicap parking spaces. First come, first served. We're not responsible for, trying to find you a parking space. And then we do have 4 up there that we do put cones in that are for the handicap vans that bring a lot of young people
Right.
that need to be transported.
It's become quite a destination, yes.
It has,
yeah.
so we do have 4
Okay.
spaces for them, and like I said, there's 18 handicaps, so it's first come, first served. Other than that, you can drop off anybody that's disabled or needs assistance right at the footbridge, and, go park your car and come back. Our ultimate goal is we do have funds available that, through the Community Preservation Committee that we applied to add extra lighting up and down the bandstand area and down the driveway towards the high school. And we are going to be doing at some point where the temporary plates were put in to get in when the school was being built. We are going to put a new entrance in there, and the funds will be available July 1st. It's just going to take a lot of work, organizing contractors and getting pricing and
So
stuff like that.
You're
So-
still working on infrastructure, but I think the message I want to send to everyone out in Cable Land, if you were discouraged perhaps last year because the parking issue was a little discombobulated, that should be much better this year. There'll be much more parking available fairly close to the site with fairly easy access. So please come down and enjoy it. It's always a wonderful evening, and the entertainment's great, the food is great, the people are great. Come out and see your neighbors. And Abington Celebrates and Abington Summer Concerts are all about neighborhood events in Abington and getting Abington people to come out and join each other in these celebrations.
And
So-
the people from Funktar, too.
Yep.
the people from the
Funktar
planet
are
Funktar,
welcome.
absolutely.
Well,
At least we'll at least allow them for one concert. If they can make that one, we'll be very grateful for that.
Well, that's one of the best things about Abington Celebrates and the concerts too, is everything is family friendly.
Yeah.
It's geared towards kids. It's geared to be any of the events we do, Flag Day, Founder's Day, Oktoberfest, and Christmas at Island Grove. They're free events. Come down with your families. The only thing that if you want to eat food there, that's the only thing
Usually
that you
charge for food.
And those are all people donating their time, to cook up hamburgers and hot dogs or whatever other activities. But all the kids stuff, it's all family friendly, including the
Right.
concerts. So, and Abington Celebrates, that's our main goal, is to make it family friendly. And if you
Kind
were
of.
at the fireworks that night,
You saw
could
it.
see how family friendly it was. It was awesome.
And Jan just actually gave me my lead in to talk about what else we're doing, just kind of the big picture stuff that's coming up. Abington Celebrates typically does 3 events a year. We just did Flag Day, Founder's Day, and that's always, you can mark this on your calendar, but about fireworks, but it's always the second weekend in June. First weekend is high school graduation, third weekend is Father's Day. We choose the second weekend. It's also closest to Founder's Day itself. Abington was founded on June 10th, 1712. So we try to stay close to June 10th and succeed. This year, of course, we're getting funky, but generally we don't do that.
Well,
Maybe-
I'm already funky.
yeah.
Well, we do it.
I'm not
October.
going to argue.
Let's keep working
I'm
on
certainly not going to argue with
We're
that.
funky.
But one of our regular events we have been doing is Oktoberfest, and that will be the weekend of October 13th and 14th. Again, if you want to ever figure it out in advance on your calendars, it's the weekend after Columbus Day weekend. And typically, there's Not So Scary Woods put on by the Lions, I believe, over at Island Grove. And the United Church of Christ has been doing their Harvest Festival, I think, on that same weekend. And then Sunday is the big family event at the Frollo, where we have all sorts of games and events and food and beer. And it's a wonderful family event as well.
There are a couple of strange people that walk around in lederhosen.
I've seen them actually, and they've been photographed.
There's some
so
great photo
we're-
ops,
so
too,
we're,
that are
we're,
set up and-
We're
It
aware
sounds
of them.
funky, too.
They're
Yeah.
very funky. But anyway, another family event, and I think one of my favorite comments last year was a neighbor came up to me and said, last weekend we drove for 40 miles and stood in line and paid money to do what we're now doing in our hometown for free. So it's that sort of thing that we really foster and want to do more of. This year, the lighting of the town Christmas tree is going to be on the weekend of December 8th and 9th, again, typically the second weekend of December. And we haven't chosen a Christmas tree yet, so we're kind of on the lookout around the town of Abington for the appropriate Christmas tree to put on top of the stone bandstand out at the point at Island Grove to light that.
You have one lined up, but you just have to sneak it in the backyard.
Kind of. I found one that's awfully appealing, but I've got to bribe the people or something into donating it for this.
We can distract them if you'd like.
I like that. Just
Yeah, we need
a little
something a little
disco,
bit bigger than 6
a little
feet.
disco ball hypnotism might do it.
Well, yeah, so if you got a tree in your yard that you've been trying to get rid of that's absolutely
Big
full-grown,
one.
a big one, 25, 30 feet.
35.
You know,
Well
35, well-rounded and all smooth, and you want it, we've had, everybody's donated their time to take it down and transport it.
It's been amazing.
It's,
And once again, Santa Claus will be in his secret workshop under the tree, and we'll have a whole event, a family weekend event. And last year, for the first time, we also followed it up. That was, to me, the what do I call it? The secular Christmas, where we celebrate Santa Claus and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. But then the next day, we followed it up with a concert of sacred Christmas music at United Church of Christ, and we're working on that again for this year. It was a big hit last year, and we pulled together a special choir for it. I've been in touch with choir director Carrie Bates, and I think between the two of us, we're going to pull together the town choir perhaps for that event this year. So that's cool. And that ends our 2018 event. And as I've said already, we are planning for the Flag Day, Founder's Day event next year, and looking at everything. Yeah, but quiet, fireworks, yeah. But we're already figuring out, what we're doing for a fireworks display, who we're working with, and everything else. And I do want to point out that we welcome feedback. We've gotten some interesting and helpful stuff on Facebook. Reach out to us if you have any different ideas, if you saw something that could be improved, if there was something you particularly liked and want to see repeated again. We want to know that because we plan it for the community, and we need to hear from the community in terms of is it what you need it to be as a community. Just again, it's
Well,
only for us.
Another thing, too,
Yes.
if there's a community organization out there who would like to be involved
Good point.
in that weekend, we did have the Rotary Club there, we did have the Lions Club there. the Coombs Foundation, the Jeremy Russell Fund, the Danny Vasilian Fund.
Too many of the St. Bridget's, the dog park.
St. Bridget's
committee.
Dog Park
There's
people.
So
So
many.
we had a lot. So I'm just saying, if there's somebody out there, especially that wants to do some food or something like that.
And this goes
you
for
know,
any of our
well,
events.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we had
It
the
really
United
does.
Church of
Right.
Christ and the Legion got together and cooked, and that's for any of the events. If you want to be involved, the Baptist Church was there. So I mean, it's open to other people coming, and the one good thing about Abington Celebrates is we don't charge you to be there. Whatever you make for your type of event that you're doing, if you're selling food or doing something like that, it stays with you. And, you know, but anybody that wants to make a donation to Abington Celebrates or something like that to help fund the programs that we're doing, we don't turn you away. And anybody can send funds to where, Doug?
Well, anyone who wants to contribute to Abington Celebrates, and you can be specific about it, but in general, any funding can be sent in the form of a check to the town of Abington. And just in the memo line, note at least Abington Celebrates. You can also note Abington Fireworks if that's what you particularly want to support, if you want to be more specific about your donation. But if you send it to Abington Celebrates, at 500 Glenowitz Way in Abington, that's the town hall address, it will get to us. And we keep a gift account with the town. So all of the funding is absolutely transparent. There's no secret bank accounts here. There's no private funding. It all goes into the town treasury. It's just set aside for us and our use in the events that we pull together for the town. So, and I also want to, jumping off of Jan's remark in terms of organizations, I had a few people come up to me at the fireworks and said, I want to be part of the committee. We welcome that. We are a small group right now. We've done amazing things, I think, as a small group, but we can use more hands on deck. And if this is something you feel passionate about, if this is something you don't mind putting some time into and some effort into, we appreciate it. So feel free to reach out to us, and we would welcome that. And the more the better. Anyway, but I think with that said, we need to kind of get into a funky mood here to send ourselves out, unless there's something I've missed. And
No, I was just basically going to say this, the same with Abington Summer Concerts.
Yeah.
All the funding comes from, you know, donations that come in. We don't use town funds for this, and we raise our own money. So all the concerts that are put on that you see here, and you know, pick up these programs around town, come to the concerts. It's all done by businesses, other organizations, individuals, people that just drop money in the jug when they're here.
Cool.
It's all supported that way. And the same thing, our address is the same thing. Abington Summer Concerts Fund, 500 Glenowitz Way. And we don't, like I said, none of us, we don't use any town funds for this. It's all raised by, you know, and again, we're both on both committees, so we're kind of intertwined here. But they both run independently, but we both raise our own funds. So again, anybody that wants to send to either organization or both, we're very grateful for everybody that helps us. So, you know, if you love music and you want to sponsor, by all means, send something in. Again, and the same thing like Doug said, if you have a question or you have an idea or something didn't work right or you'd like to see something better, the concerts are the same way. You know, we've had a lot of people say, can you bring this group in or can you bring that group in?
Can you
Or
make it
we-
funkier?
Can you make it funkier? Yeah. That's what we're doing this year. So that's the same type of thing that Doug's saying. It works for both groups, and we work well together.
Always. So now there's funky, funkier, and funkiest.
Exactly.
So which level are we going to achieve?
DJ, cue the music. And just remember, in the words of the Motor Booty Affair, it is your duty to shake your booty.